Hey Tiger fans, this is Mark Fitzpatrick from the Tiger Club of Kansas City. It's Tuesday, December 3rd at the Westport Flea Market. Our guest speaker today, Steve Bieser, head baseball coach at the University of Missouri. Coach, thanks for coming up.
Well, thanks for having me here. It's always a pleasure here to, when I come, and I think just great questions today and really enjoyed my visit here today.
Hopefully I can continue with great questions. I would love to talk about what's going on in the field, but I have to ask you, last week's decision by the NCAA to enforce the sanctions that they rendered earlier in the year, how does that affect your season, knowing that you can't go have a postseason participation?
It was very disappointing. Disappointing on the timing of that, the fact that our players were not on campus at the time, and we had to communicate a different way to let them know. But also getting a chance to see our players' faces when they came back from Thanksgiving break, and just know the devastation that's on our, we're all competing and we want to win championships, and we want to have the opportunity as the biggest thing to win a championship. And it's a tough thing. I think I don't know that it's really even set in yet with the players completely, but I know that they're very, they feel slighted. There's nothing that they could have done. That they're doing the right thing on campus right now. They're great students, great ambassadors of the Missouri baseball program, and it's been a tough blow for us. And how does it affect our season? I want to convince the guys that there's still a lot to play for. We've got 56 games on our regular season, and let's go out and win 40 of those 56 and prove a lot of people wrong, and knowing that we belong in the in a regional and a super regional, and that we could be a College World Series team. But that's a frustrating thing, and that's a hard thing to get across to our guys right now.
You just missed out on the NCAA tournament last year, and you had two players basically taken in the first round of the draft. But I sense a lot of excitement, especially around your pitching staff this year, led by Ian Bedell.
Yeah, pitching's we've been known for pitching ever since the time, all ages here, I think. And when you look back at teams, and you can look back in the 60s and see that team that had something like a .62 team ERA. I mean,
the record still holds.
It still holds. I mean, the pitching has been very good in my time here, and it will continue to be good. Ian Bedell's kind of leading that staff, but there's a lot of accomplished and a lot of really solid arms in that staff, and it will kind of be our calling card again this year of pitching and defense. But I want to give the offense some props too, as the offense is really starting to come around, and players really they look hitterish right now. We'll see how that is when the season starts, but we feel pretty good about our offense as well.
You play in the toughest conference in the country, probably any sport in the whole United States. Size up that the SEC competition for this year.
Wow, I mean, it just there's no letdown. Every team, every single year is getting better. I mean, we're seeing when I first broke in, and a couple of the teams that were down at the bottom really struggling, and the Tennessee and other schools like that were, they're right there in the mix of the upper half of this conference, and when you're in the upper half of this conference, you're probably a top 15 program in the country, and there's no let up, and we can't have the let up either. We're just trying to keep up with the rest of them, and I feel that we've been accomplishing that, and last year, like I said, we could have finished anywhere from 5th to 12th based on our last weekend that we had. So we're in that mix. We feel like we're getting better each year, but we definitely know the league is getting better each year as well.
Okay, well, you got 106 wins in 3 years. Great job. I'm proud of you, and we're all behind you in a very difficult time. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Head coach Steve Bieser of the Mizzou Baseball team. Hey, folks, next week we'll have local high school recruiting expert Jeremy Crabtree is our guest speaker. He's always a popular guest, so make sure you're here. For more information on membership and other activities, check us out at kctigerclub.com.